Good morning, dear students. So far we have completed 4 chapters in science, isn't it? So today we are going to discuss the 5th chapter in science, that is the separation of substances. We know in our surrounding there is air, seawater, rock, soil, etc. All these are mixtures. So in the case of a seawater, it contains salt in its dissolved form. So salt and water is mixed to form a seawater. So likewise, air contains different types of materials like different types of gases, then different chemical components, then different types of microorganisms. So all these are mixtures, isn't it? So what is a mixture? What is a mixture? A mixture is a substance that contains two or more different pure substances which are mixed together in different proportions. What is mixture? Mixture is a substance that contains two or more different pure substances that are mixed together in different proportion. So, in a mixture there are different components or constituents. The substance that is present in a mixture is called as component or constituents. Components or constituents. Constituents. So different things that is present in a mixture, two or more components. The combination of two or more components is called as a mixture. Okay, so these components will not lose their identity when they are in a mixture. Okay, and these components can be separated by simple physical methods. All these components in a mixture can be separated by what? By using simple physical methods. Physical methods. So in the case of a seawater, we have to separate the salt, the common salt that is used in our kitchen purpose for preparing food. That is separated from a seawater by using physical method. And now let's see what is the need for separation of different components from a mixture. Okay. What are the need for separation of different components from a mixture? So we know that different components will be having their own properties when they are in a mixture. So first one is the removal of unwanted material. So the separation of the components from their mixture should be having many reasons. For many reasons we have to separate the components from a mixture. So let's have a look into the what are the needs. First one is the removal of harmful substances. Removal of harmful substances. So when we buy the wheat, rice and pulses and cereals like that, we can observe that some small stones or something other, the insects may be present in the cereals like pulses, cereals and pulses, wheat, rice, etc. So we have to remove all these from these pulses and cereals before consuming it, isn't it? It is really dangerous or harmful for our health when we are consuming as such. So we have to remove all these insects and small stones from these cereals and pulses. So we need the separation of these stones and insects like that from the from the cereals and pulses. So that is the first need, removal of harmful substances. The stones and insects will be harmful for our body. So it must be removed from the cereals and pulses before consuming it. Okay, that is the first need. And the second need is to obtain useful components. To obtain useful components. For example, in the case of a crude petroleum, it contains mixture of different components like kerosene, petrol, diesel, then petroleum gas, these are the constituents of a crude petroleum. So we have to remove or we have to separate these components from to obtain the useful product. For example, we need kerosene for household purposes, isn't it? So we have to separate the kerosene from this crude petroleum. And also the petrol and diesel are the two important fuel for vehicles. So we have to separate all these two from the crude petroleum itself. So the second need for separation of different components are to obtain useful components according to our need. Okay, we need kerosene for household purpose, we need petrol and diesel for fuel for vehicles, and also the petroleum gas for many other purpose. So to obtain the useful components, we have to separate the different components in a mixture. Is that clear? And the third important need is the removal of undesirable components. To remove undesirable substances. The third important need is to remove undesirable substances. So, as you know that our mother will prepare tea, isn't it? So, while preparing tea, we will mix the things, tea leaves, milk, sugar in boiled water, isn't it? That's the procedure how we prepare tea. So, while we are prepared a tea, we have to remove the remaining tea leaves, isn't it? So, that tea leaves after the preparation of tea, it is undesirable. So, we have to separate those tea leaves by using a tea strainer, isn't it? So, we have to separate the tea leaves by using a tea strainer for getting the tea. So, that is the method to remove the undesirable substance. So, in the case of a tea, the tea leaves after the preparation of a tea is the undesirable substance that we are removing. Okay, so this is the major need for separation of materials, for the separation of components in a mixture. The first one is removal of harmful substances. In the case of rice, wheat and other cereals, we have to remove the insects, small stones before eating it. Okay, and the second one is to obtain the useful components. And the third one is to remove the undesirable substances. Okay, is that clear? Yes, then we are moving on to the methods to separate different material or different components. So for separating a component from a mixture, we need to know the property of those material. It may be different from the desirable material. So we have to separate the undesirable material from a mixture. So that what are the methods for separation? Methods for separation of components of a mixture. So the first one is hand picking. Hand picking. It is the most simple method. It is the most simple physical method, and in this, as we discussed earlier, that we have to remove the undesirable materials like stones, insects from this pulses and cereals, isn't it? So we use the hand picking method for separating those undesirable material. These undesirable material will be having different size, shape and color when we have to look into that. Okay, so we have to separate these very easily by hand picking method. For this hand picking, we need certain situations. We need certain convenient method to separate by hand picking. What are the situation? What are the needs for hand picking? So the criteria for choosing the hand picking methods are the size, shape and color of the undesirable material is different from the other one, different from the useful one. Okay, so the size, shape and color of the undesirable material should be different from those which is useful. Okay, material should be different. And the second criteria is the material should be in small quantity, then only we can hand pick very easily. For it is a bulk quantity, we can't pick very easily. So we need this material in small quantity. Small quantity of material is required. For a bulk quantity, we can't choose this method. It is very difficult, isn't it? And the third important criteria is the undesirable material, that the material we want to remove is in very small quantity. The unwanted or the undesirable material should be in small quantity. So these are the criteria for choosing the hand picking physical method to separate the materials, to separate the mixture. So the requirements are the size, shape and color of the undesirable material should be different, and the small quantity of the mixture should be needed, and the undesirable material should be in very small quantity. These are the conditions that is needed for choosing the hand picking method for the physical removal of the or physical separation of the components of a mixture. And the rest of the methods of separation of components in a mixture that we will discuss in our next class. Okay, thank you.